So someone asked me what made me design my shooting target. I came up with the shooting target idea when I was in Phoenix, Arizona. My neighbor was a sheriff. He was actually a ex-sheriff, and he had retired, and he was still working for the force, doing side duty and things of that, um, things along that line. And he kept telling me how he had an ideal on, a shooting target and how, he wanted it to be. And I was like, man, I want to build something cool, so he gave me some pointers on, um, how to set it up or do something that was outside of the box. He said you should make it where you can break it down and put it back together. He said a lot of the ones you buy, they bulky all the time. You got to slide them in the bag, and they all sitting all cockwise. But make one that's not real big that we can break down and assemble. So I came up with this idea and made it where the target I actually spin when you hit it, and it made it an asset because once you hit it, it didn't give it a lot of force just directly on the target. Some of them they sit in a standard, so when you hit it, it actually knocked the target out of its place, or it just move the target a little bit, or you ding it or whatever, and it tends to mess it up. These actually last a little longer, especially if you shoot. Now the top part of the spindle isn't AR, it's just regular steel. But normally, most people don't have an issue with shooting the top of it. But if that do happen, all you have to do replace is just that spindle. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to go and get you a whole nother target. So that's why I like the way I set these up. And like I say, when you shoot them, these spin. See what I'm saying? Right now it's still kind of wet, and I think I just touched it. Yep, it's still kind of wet a little bit. I put some paint on my hand. But anyways, it's spin. I don't think the back is. Now the back is actually dry. So it spins. So, it kind of slows down the impact some, or don't make the impact be as hard on it, because once it hit it, it moves it. You see what I'm saying? And it kind of make the bullet go towards the ground, and it'll flip. And then it gives you like a ding sensation. So for some reason, maybe it's the bar that goes across it. Once you hit it, it'll say ding, ding, and you can kind of hear it. So the guy was kind of excited about that. He actually liked the fact that it gave him some gratification once he hit the target. He could actually hear it and he see it spinning. You know what I mean? And he's a gambler, so they like to go to the casino. So it was like, oh man, that's pretty awesome right there. I like that. So I wanted to come up with something that was affordable. He told me to try to keep it around um, under $150 for the singles. He said I wouldn't go no less than 75. So he kind of helped me come up with the prices. So for these single ones, I charge 75, and for the triple with the small one targets beside it, it's 135. But the ones that sell the most are the singles and the doubles, because you can get two doubles big like this. So most people get the double and the single. I only sold a few of the triple ones. A few people want to get, especially those that like sharpshooters, because um, the side two are small. I think they're 2 to 3 inches. So you got to be a good shot to hit it. You know what I mean? So the few people that did buy them was actually, shooters. You know what I mean? That's what they did. So, but just for someone that's practicing and doing a thing, this one right here do plenty. I made feet with it because in the desert sometimes it be rocks, and it's kind of hard to knock something in the ground. Depends on where you at. So I made feet, and actually these are just for the prototype, because the feet actually be a little longer. But you can put bags on top of them, or rocks or whatever, to hold it down, and it'll hold it down good. And this bar going across the top is just to help keep it tight. That way this structure part is to come together, because it all breaks up. So this one kind of keeps it tight and uniform. And so that way when you shooting, you don't have to worry about your deals coming out both sides. You know what I mean? Like hitting it and putting so much pressure where it's knocking these out. That's what that bar's for. So, this is just a little simple idea that I came up with. But like I say, most of the ideas that we actually run across the good ones. Someone actually throw something at you, or you might be working on a certain job, and you've been doing this certain equipment for so long. You're like, man, you know what? If I could come up with something just a little bit better, man, I sure can make this equipment. And you come up with a tool that can fix it and make it easy. Hey, that's something that you could patent and sell if it's something that people need all the time. You know what I mean? So the target was actually for those who practice and those who want to practice, because there's a lot of people that likes to shoot, and I just wanted to come up with my own individual target, something that I could sell. Not made. This is not like a necessity item, but you know people do like to get them. So I came up with something small that I could actually sell and that I own, and and then I got the welding skids and the stairs, and actually the stairs they go for I do the three stairs with the handrail for 350, and then it goes up. Depends on 4 or 5, or it goes down if you want two. I have made a few that had 2 legs, so it all depends on what the customer wants. You know what I mean? But I wanted to have something that could kill a couple birds in one stone. This is the vertical welding skid, and the one on my truck is the horizontal welding skid. So I wanted it in 2 different models. That way, some people like their welder to the back of the truck. Some people like it to the rear. So I just wanted to be able to help, whoever or however you wanted to set it up. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm doing today, man. Just sitting around maintaining, trying to do a little something while I'm waiting on my brochures and business cards to come in. Hold on.